MUNKradio.net. What up? What's good? Say Q, Drew Smitty Rhyme Committee, so unique is back. Yeah. West Trent. Yeah. Hip hop lives through me. It came from the streets. Rhythm with a break beat. Prove who can MC. Metaphors and techniques made you have to check me. My dialect connect peace. Lyrics that are wet sheets. Spit it raw and sexy. Shorty wanna F me. Swerving to the left beat. On the grind and stress free. Bust a shot of dead beef. Hit him in the headpiece. Warned you not to test me. Ice bars is Gretzky. Slide it in your wifey. All the women love me. A slight touch of grimy. Slice and half a dime piece. Knuckle rapper 5-piece. High looking Chinese. Muay Thai on IP. Vivid on your widescreen, eyes wide like high beams, too low to find me, switching lanes like car thieves, Starsky and Hush trees, roll up the best weed, firewater Hennessy, ginseng for energy, holla mommy Ben Aki, he play hits, HamiltonRadio.net station, the Monk Show, I'm tuned in, he play hits, HamiltonRadio.net station, the Monk Show, I'm tuned in, he play hits, HamiltonRadio.net station, the Monk Show, I'm tuned in, he play hits, HamiltonRadio.net station, the Monk Show, I'm tuned in. Give me the volume on the laptop, I got the music playing. Alright, what up, everybody? We're live. Well, the music ain't done, hold up. Let me see. Alright. I'm going to do something tonight that I should have did 10 years ago. Even though it's a lot of people done seen this stuff already. You know what I mean? I'm about to drop a bomb for those who want to act stupid. I kind of just say what I want to say, man. You know, we held accountable for things we say, but when you going against some fucked up shit, you gotta be like, fuck it sometimes, man. For real. I'm not trying to be politically correct or, change my language or something because somebody feels uncomfortable. I'm not doing none of that regular network TV shit. You know what I'm saying? I gotta bring it to you hardcore. If that come in the future, cool. But right now, we're gonna start this year off with some hardcore truth. And the reason I'm doing this is so many people are misled or have false dreams trying to get somewhere that's gonna be bad for you. A lot of people trying to get involved with something that's gonna kill them. Or you not even gonna be the one to enjoy it. So, you can say, what is he talking about? A lot of you remain ignorant to it while I was right up in your face, but you want to be so fucking stupid and passive. No, it's not true. It's not true. Here to tell you it's true. You don't have to believe me, but I got some proof. And this is why I play these videos the way I do. And this ain't just with the music industry, but this is going to open your eyes to some things. And I'm going to play about 3 videos tonight. And then I'm starting a little late. I ain't do no advertisement. When I do shit like this, you just see it. It's already bad enough that's going on Facebook and, a couple other places. And it's like, you gotta have cojones to do this. Like I don't give a fuck attitude because, the goon coons gonna see it. The coon goons gonna see it. And they gonna be like, here go another nigga playing the truth. We gotta do something about this. And this video might come back and bite me in the ass in the future, but I don't think so. Because everybody else doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, here we go. I mean, people know this stuff already. We got that video queued up, the first one? Yeah, we're gonna go right into that. I ain't gonna waste too much time. This video about 20 minutes. This is selling out your friends and family for fame and fortune. That's what you motherfuckers be doing. And it's about time to talk about it. Because you got all these people thinking that they can just get on and everything gonna be hunky-dory. You're making money and shit. You looking at the people on TV. I want to be like them. I want to have it like them. You going through all this and not even realizing half the people you looking at that TV, it ain't even them. It's not even them. It's just a lookalike. They've been switched off. Because if you're not going to work for massa, if you're not going to work for the hierarchy, your fucking ass ain't going to be there. You motherfuckers keep playing and misleading other people thinking that, oh, you can do this. You're going to be this big rapper, or you're going to be this big chef, or you're going to be this big car dealer, or you're going to be this. No, it's a price to pay for all of that. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be big nothing. You're going to be big dead. and they're going to swipe your DNA and come out with something else that look like you. And that's going to be the person or the being that enjoys all the glory, not you, motherfucker. So, I guess you're like, why are you calling me motherfucker? Don't take it personal. This ain't for sensitive motherfuckers anyway. It's Friday night, so you know I chose Friday night because I'm coming with some hardcore shit. Because we're going to get into this hardcore video. So a lot of you ain't going to accept this, but do your research. You ready? Roll the video, brother.
Blood sacrifice for fame. A lot of you won't get this, but those of you who are up on entertainment already know the truth. Let's talk about Prince starting off. In 98 and 99, Prince would end all his tours with letting the world know what's coming ahead, but no one knew what he was talking about. Check it out.
We got one more, and we gonna get out. I gotta go home, y'all. I gotta go back to America. I gotta go get ready for the bomb. Osama bin Laden getting ready to bomb. Osama bin Laden getting ready to bomb. Osama bin Laden getting ready to bomb.
Now you tell me, how do Prince know about the bombs 2 to 3 years ahead of time, when Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden weren't even talked about until the bombs and the towers actually went down? That lets you know the elite lets these guys know what's up ahead of time. Once you hit that $50 million marker, you become very special to the elite, and they let you know what they know. And by Prince being an artist, they like for you to sing about it. They also, if you're a big-time movie director, they like for you to put it in your movies. They tell us every day, but most Americans are brain dead. But yes, Prince is an Edomite, and I'm going to explain it very carefully. Even though Prince had black people in his family, don't get it twisted. They were not all black, okay? As seen here. Here's the man that brought Prince in the world, John Nelson. Well, most folks didn't know that John was 50% Italian, 50% black, and what that means half and half. John's father, who is Prince's grandfather, was 100% Italian, and his lineage does not go back to the Moors. So that makes Prince an Edomite. Here's Prince's mother, Mattie Shaw. She was also 90% Italian, 15% black. Prince came from an Italian family, much like Lenny Kravitz. Prince's father is not an Israelite. Prince's father was a blood sacrifice. And Prince is a straight up flaming faggot, and on top of it, he's an Edomite. Prince's father dies. The sacrifice is fulfilled. Let's turn the tables. let's talk about Aaliyah. A lot of folks want to believe that Aaliyah was our angel. I'm sorry to inform you, she wasn't. The truth on why Aaliyah died, her death was planned out by someone who loved her and needed her for his own blood sacrifice. Now, Aaliyah was not as innocent as people play upon. There's a lot of things that Aaliyah was involved in. She's involved with two different men. I'll explain later. Meanwhile, Damien Dash was the guy she fell in love with. And while Damien Dash had Aaliyah falling in love with him, or as he said, he fell in love with her as well, Damien Dash was involved with another woman. We will show you that woman as the film is rolling. Damien Dash didn't have love for Aaliyah. Damien Dash really didn't give two squats about Aaliyah. But what he did need her for is for his own journey. See, Damien Dash took the oath, just like his partner Jay-Z. And they all know about the sacrificing to become famous and wealthy. Well, let's just turn back the tables. Because before Dash, Jay-Z was popping this. Oh yeah, don't get it twisted. Jay-Z and Aaliyah had a thing going on. That is not a lie if you've seen it in the past. Jay-Z would meet Aaliyah at the club or sometimes bring her to the club. The thing is, Damon used to see Jay-Z with her. But Jay-Z really didn't have an interest. He kind of liked her, but he didn't. Dash really wanted her for other reasons, as seen here. Aaliyah was kind of giving out, I hate to say it this way, but Aaliyah was kind of giving out like a joint. She was what they call a jump around with these two particular guys. In Aaliyah's last film, she plays this demonic vampire evil witch. It's amazing that certain roles you take can depict how your life will play out. And the final role that Aaliyah played, she played this witch being turned into ash and to stone. But little did she know that playing a film would come out to be reality. Aaliyah plane nosedive because it was way overweight. Everyone aboard pretty much died. But during that day, after the shoot, Rock the Boat, Damon was calling Aaliyah pretty often. He was begging her to get on that plane so he could see her, so he said. See, it was all in the plans. Aaliyah was the blood sacrifice so that Damon could reach his fortune and his fame. I'll explain it as the film rolls. During the funeral, the guys come out with one hand over another. That's to let the elite know that the sacrifice have taken place and now they're at the finale. Rachel Roy is well aware of the sacrifices that goes on in Hollywood. She was with Damon at the time of the death of Aaliyah. See, he met her as an intern working for Rockaware, fell in love with her, even impregnated her in 1999, about the same time he met Aaliyah. She knew about Aaliyah. She also knew Aaliyah was going to be their sacrifice for fortune and fame. When Aaliyah passed, he got back with Rachel, but did not marry her till 2005. He didn't want people to be seen so suspicious. Meanwhile, Aaliyah's death hits everybody like a storm. But don't get it twisted. What you didn't know is that Aaliyah was down with the Baphomet. Now, she wasn't down with the sacrifices, especially if she knew she was going to be sacrificed. But Aaliyah would always throw up her Baphomet sign like all the rest of them, because she was a part of the brotherhood as well, on the female side. Don't get it twisted. The women sell out too. What did he get for sacrificing her? Rockaware. Pro Kids. State Property Films, the clothing line of CEO. But Damon saw Jay-Z moving faster, so he wanted to get rid of Rocawear. So he sold it to Jay-Z for $30 million. But Jay-Z was always up on game. Jay-Z said, "Thanks, brother." Took it to his partners and flipped it for $204 million. Talk about screwing you without Vaseline. Ouch. Damon seen Jay-Z moving in the fast lane, so Damon would have secret talks and try to work out a distribution deal behind Dilley's back. Jay-Z went and told leaders of the Boule this would make Jay trustworthy and give much wealth for his snitching. Jay-Z was rewarded very well for his role in snitching on Damon Dash. He got the 40/40 Club, Rocawear, Def Jam Recordings, New York Knicks, Jay-Z Inc., and also lunch with Bill Gates. After DeBoule talked to Jay-Z, Damon Dash and his partners in crime would not be the same. A part of the deal that they was trying to do, J. Prince from Rap-A-Lot Records, Irv Gotti from Murder Inc., and last, Mr. Suge Knight. All these guys was trying to do a distribution deal behind the Elite's back. But what they didn't know is no black man's gonna run nothing in Hollywood as long as white folks control it. So they called the FBI, who's on payroll, to shake these guys down. And boy, didn't they shake them down. J. Prince was stricken. He was hit with all kind of fines. He was damn near going broke. But if he could produce a blood sacrifice that would give him some royalties back. And he did, with Pimp C. Pimp C did not die of an overdose cough syrup. He was held down and gave a lethal injection. Now Suge Knight's a little bit different, because in the mid-90s, Suge wanted wealth fast and quick. Who did they get him to sacrifice? Oh, come on, y'all should know that. Tupac Shakur. Irv Gotti thought the world was his until the FBI put bogus charges on him for indicting cocaine and others bogus charges, stripped him of all his riches. Def Jam spit him out. BT had nothing else to do with him. They pretty much took him for broke, stripped him of everything he ever worked for in his life. Damon Dash followed right behind. He could not pay his bills. Rachel Roy did not want to be a blood sacrifice, so this past April of 2009, she knew to divorce him because who's ever close to Damien, whether it be his kids or her, he would use them for a sacrifice so that he can get his royalties back. What did Damon do? He went back to Jay-Z. So you know what that means. Dash is officially Jay-Z's bitch. Michael Jackson died on a drug overdose. Michael did not die of complications of the heart. I guess so, after the drug overdose reached his heart. See, all of this started some time ago. Michael's been carrying the estate all his life. He's been taking care of his family all his life. Janet thought it would be a good idea to do a reunion tour, but Janet was coerced with Joe Jackson. Remember, Joe Jackson still tells these people what to do even at age 50. So Michael didn't comply. He gave a verbal agreement that he would do a tour in the States. Meanwhile, he signed another deal in London. If you Google back, it'll tell you that the Jackson was currently being sued. But they worked out a deal that they do all the dates starting off in London. Michael did not get along with all his brothers, contrary to what they want you to believe. Michael did have a well rapport with Jermaine and Janet, but that was growing thin. Michael spent most of his time as a loner because he just got tired of carrying the weight of his shoulders of the family. This is what it's all about. Michael was the blood sacrifice for the Jacksons. See, Michael did not want to do all these dates. He was not into carrying the estate for the entire family. He did love his mother, but his family, his siblings, was getting on his nerve. So that infuriated the family. Hey, do not be fooled by all those crocodile tears and all that dressed in black. Let me tell you something. Everyone in Hollywood knows about the Baphomet and the sacrificing of death to be wealthy, of fame. They're just putting you on. But let's take a brief moment and talk about her husband, Jermaine Dupri. Everybody knows him, right? Did you know that Jermaine Dupri was a molester? You remember the group called Crisscross? He molested both of those boys and paid them off. Yeah. Who are they? Well, let's get that slide. This is Crisscross. Now, back in the 90s, they were hot with the cut called Jump Jump. Now, the guy to the right, he's still around. Dude to the left, he's in hiding. This messed these guys up for the rest of their life, man. Now, check out this dude. He was a part of the Crisscross. His hair is falling out now. I'm not saying it's from him, but I'm just saying they twisted, man. Their whole life is just upside down. But they took the bait. They didn't take the oath, but they took the bait. But they might take the oath because they're trying to get a current deal with Def Jam Records. Not Dupree. Oh, if you see all the spots in his head, that's a disease. I forgot exactly what it's called. But man, look how that brother ended up. Now let's get back to the Jacksons. Joe Jackson at that. You know, Michael did not get along with this man at all. He's controlling. He's still telling him what to do at 50. But nevertheless, Michael dies 4 or 5 hours later. This man rents an Atlas truck. What is that? It's a storage van. He takes all of Michael's possessions out. And remember, this is not even his house. He don't even have the jurisdiction to do it. But he did it. He took all his possessions out and put it in a private storage. Why in the hell would a daddy do that that has nothing to do with his son? Because he knows Michael's name, his possessions is worth money. Joe Jackson is sitting there in deep thought. This man, the guilt that they live with every day, this is why they turn to cocaine, this is why they turn to alcoholic, because they know what they have done to get where they're at. Now, the guy, the doctor of Michael, he just did what he was told. DeLeese told him to give him a lethal injection, and that's what he did. He's even stopped his practice. Meanwhile, Janet with the half-nakedness, with the boobs sticking out, with the thong up the butt. When it comes down to it, the family is totally damn wicked. Alright? He did not want to do anything that they portray him to be. He wanted to just be left alone. And there's only one person that told the damn truth, and that's LaToya. I guess you say why. LaToya is only telling the truth because she was left out the loop. They wasn't going to give her none of the shares, and they still not going to give her none of the shares that's coming into the Jackson estate. So she's telling all. Even the mother, Catherine, she knows about why her son had to die. He's worth more dead than alive. Look how she's looking. She knows the truth. Meanwhile, Michael Jackson was the blood sacrifice for the Jackson estate. We have a couple more, and it will be kind of quick. Kanye West wanted to be just where Jay-Z's at. So Jay-Z took him under his wing and told him about the blood sacrifice. Kanye agreed. His mom would be sacrificed. And while she was being sacrificed, Kanye took a trip to London so that it could be totally a mishap for him to get the news. Let's talk about Jennifer Hudson. Can't believe it. Some of you don't want to believe it. These people do not love their family. It's all about the fame. It's all about the wealth. Yes, she did. But not only did she kill her mom, she sacrificed her entire family except her other sister, who was in on it as well. If you recall, her sister was on MySpace page a day before the funeral, kicking it. This is truth. So who is due for sacrifice right now? Beyonce. You see, out of all the fame Beyonce's got, none that we know of who she sacrificed. Well, let's take a closer look at what she's holding. That's the Baphomet. And that only tells me one thing. Beyonce is long overdue for a sacrifice. Truth is always true. Shalom.
All right, we but on to the next video. We got it queued up. That was it. Okay, now that video that you just seen was about 10 years old. I seen that back in 2009. So most of the people you seen in there, like it came out in 2009, so a lot of people you seen is dead already. You know, they got Michael, Prince gone, you know, a couple of them people's gone already. The dude from Crisscross, you know what I mean? And they were still alive when that video was made. So I want you to keep that in mind, that they were still alive when that guy made that video. So it's definitely something to it. But, you know, it's all types of speculation, but these videos help you finger point some type of things. But I'm doing it because it's already out there. Like, fuck, it's on YouTube. Like, shit, it's been on there for a long time. A lot of people been scared to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to get on their show because they in hopes of being around these people. Like, that's like a suicide mission. Like, dude, that's crazy. Like, no, I'm not that fucking crazy, and I'm not selling out my people for no fucking money. A lot of you people would do that. A lot of you so money hungry, you would sell out your own mama. And that's what a lot of these people did. They sell out their own. It got to be a loved one. Can't be nobody you hate. So that's the rules. But see, I want y'all to understand something. It ain't just the hierarchy doing this shit. It's the same thing if you in the game. You got to put in work to be in the game. You got to do a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Your sacrifice would be like in the term of putting in work. It's the same principle being played out when you go to a college and you want to pledge for a fraternity or sorority. You know, you're going to be doing some wild stuff to be part of the gang. You know what I'm saying? They're going, you know, you pledging. So it's the same principle with everything else. You want to be in there, you're going to have to be part of the circle. If not, you're just not going to be there. Or you could, you know, create your own circle and go independent. So, I think people go into this dismissive, passive thing like it don't exist because they don't want to believe like, oh man, I don't want to let go of my dreams. I still want to be able to, you know, make my music and make money and do. And cool, you could, but you got to be independent. You know what I'm saying? You got to be independent. You know, if you deal with a label, you're going to have to negotiate your deal to where you ain't getting involved like that. But I think it's like a deeper level than that anyway. Don't matter if you're part of the gang or not. It's just like if you made $10,000 and you put it in the bank, that automatically sends off an alert to the government. But right now the government shut down. So, you know, we're going to get into that. All this ties in together, if you notice. Everything that's going on, government shut down, the sacrifices, all this stuff. Like right now, how do you know that The American people are the sacrifice. Trump talk about you doing all this over a wall. Don't think about just people coming in. Think about can't get out, because Mexico is the only place that you can't get extradited. It doesn't deal with any of the American banks. So I think that's more of a setup to keep us in more than keep people out. We're the prey. And they use them to do their bidding. So, you know, this stuff is all over the place, man. So it ain't nothing to talk about it. You got Hidden Colors. Hidden Colors came out a long time. All Tariq Nasheed did was put these video together, do a few interviews, and put the same stuff that we're looking at on YouTube together. You know, he had, and it came out good. He came off with that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, though, people woke up to have that type of information playing in the movie theater. Like, that went big. And that make me raise some questions, too. Like, how can a cat get that off when all these other people are, you know, you putting your ass on the line to put this information out? Even me. But, you know, we're going to keep it rolling, man. We're going to get in this next video, man. We're going to cue this next video up. This next one is how your favorite entertainer sold their soul. Roll that footage, bro.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor. At my signal, unleash hell.
What up, y'all? This is Devin with Up TV, and this is why so many of our youth are turning into little atheists. Lil Lucifer, Lil Uzi Vert, is currently one of the biggest hip-hop stars today. His demeanor is satanic, his music is satanic, he worships other Satanists like rock legend Marilyn Manson. He has no problem with rocking 666 and upside down crosses, and what's worse, his music is marketed and promoted to kids. I'm telling y'all, if there was ever a time to monitor what your kids listen to and watch, then that time is now. Look, this isn't my first video about Lil Uzi Vert or Satanism in hip-hop, so I don't plan on taking too much time commentating on this video, spelling everything out for y'all, but I just want to show y'all how our youth has become so desensitized to Satanism. I remember when people would make a big deal about Jay-Z having his audience throw up the rock sign, which is of course the Illuminati all-seeing eye, but nowadays an artist like Lil Lucifer can have his whole stage designed with upside down crosses and nobody bats an eye. This is crazy if you ask me. We truly live in the age of zombieism. I ain't even calling the people sheep no more. Sheep are smarter than the Walking Dead. Calling y'all sheep will be giving y'all too much credit. Nope, to me, y'all are zombies, okay? As always, I know the Lil Uzi Vert fans is gonna come out of nowhere and try to justify this shit, as they always do. I heard it all though. 666 is melanin. Upside down crosses stand for unknowism, and the cross is a pagan symbol. I heard it all. But man, don't act like y'all don't know what the cross stands for today. Don't act like the upside down cross ain't a symbol of atheists and the Antichrist. I can care less what the cross meant 1,000 years ago. Today it has a new meaning. And y'all know an upside down cross is a symbol used to mock God.
Matthew chapter number 4, verses 8 and 9. Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them, and said unto him, All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me.
This is the third temptation of Christ after he had renounced the economics of turn the stones into bread and the politics of worship me and you can rule the world. Satan, people don't speak about that very often, but you know how to become a political champion by worshiping Satan. I mean, it tells you that right in the text. After having transcended economics and politics, oh, would Jesus be just so light? So the devil tips him up onto the tower of Herod's palace and says, oh, you're so ethereal, just cast yourself down, and God will bear you up. And Jesus says, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. That's the sense of temperance. Don't go up like a balloon. Stay on the ground.
I'm the coolest clam in the sea.
It made me want to go back to Satan worship. Well, I think it worked for me. It got me a career.
Do you record while the bus is moving, or does it have to come to a stop?
Yeah, well, sometimes they don't want to, and they're, you know, Gaga, we can't get, you know, the frequency's weird, and, you know, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna, you know, I get a little bit mad.
I had to ask some friends because I was hearing a lot about her, and so they told me, you know, who she was and what she was doing, and I come from the school of thought, there's just some things that the public just shouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, things that happen between two people, a wife and a husband, girl, I just don't think that it's for mass consumption. I just have always felt that way. And I just think that the whole idea of celebrity and fame has become really convoluted and, you know, kind of bastardized. Like, whereas fame used to be the byproduct of success, and now it's the ultimate goal. And if your ultimate goal is to be famous, then you're gonna do a lot to get there, like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil. Like, you're gonna end up on a one-way street, and it's going nowhere. Like, that's just the truth. I've seen so many people, like, forsake their moral code and their value systems just for a little bit of fame, and it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's really not worth it.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Came across something on my Instagram a few days ago. This rapper guy named Tekashi69. What a freaking Fruit Loop. But came across his picture on Instagram, and it says in his caption he said, "Right now I'm signing my life away to the Illuminati for $7.5 million. Life is awesome."
I sold my single for a check, man. I sold my soul for a check, man.
Trippie Redd, he started to get a bunch of comments of people saying, bruh, you out here worshiping the devil, bruh. What is this? I can't listen to your music no more. I can't rock with you no more. What is this?
Like, seriously, let's be honest. I like to have fun, but also, before Jersey Shore, no one believes this when I say it, but I was a freaking, like, shy girl. I was very shy. That's funny that I say it now, but I was really shy. Like, I was scared to even, like, go to the doctors. So, anywho, so yeah, I was going to school to be a vet tech, and I was into my studies, getting good grades, and you know what screwed it all up? Was this one guy. He broke my heart, and I was like, cool, thanks. I was like, now I have to do something pretty ridiculous and insane with my life, so why not sell my soul and go on Jersey Shore? That's what I did. And you know what? It's been awesome.
You're still out here doing these songs, you know, you're still on tour.
I do, but I don't take it for granted.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I mean, I made a bargain with it, you know, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my hand.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in the world we can't see.
They tried to give me 8, got on my knee like Jesus, please. You don't even believe in Jesus. Why you got a Jesus, please?
Save Tiger's eternal soul!
He sold his soul for everything.
He what?
Sold his soul, period.
End of sentence.
The devil real and God real.
Why is your hand over your eye? Because
I'm a devil worshiper. What are you talking about?
So this came after Rihanna's Russian Roulette, became popular. It was in regards to that. Tiffany said that the video and the song kind of promotes suicide. But that's not really what I wanted to point out. It's what she says after that I want to point out here. Man, I really wish I could tell you guys what the industry really is and what stars are a part of destroying this world. The stars who worship Satan and those who have killed to get the respect they have now. You'd be very surprised. Some of your favorite people pretend to worship God, but they only do that to save face or seem innocent. Satan was the head of music in heaven. He uses influential people to help influence the world. Think about that. Once you make a certain amount of money, just know that's when they ask you to join. To get in, you have to accept the beast worship. Once you join, they assist you with your career, make you huge, only if you agree and obey to destroy God's word and his children. People listen and pay attention. It's a war going on right now between good and evil. Evil will rule this world for a minute. The people that have this power are the people that rule the whole world. I'm done. I won't say any more before I get into trouble.
Roman is a crazy boy who lives in me. And he says the things that I don't want to say. He was born, just a few months ago. I think he was born out of rage. He was conceived in rage. So he bashes everyone. He threatens to beat people, and he's violent.
It must be nice to have like an ignorant loudmouth who you can just sort of blame every...
He wants to be blamed. I don't want to blame him. I ask him to leave, but he can't. He's here for a reason. People have brought him out. People conjured him up. Now he won't leave.
And you please bless us with a verse.
Enter Roman. Waiting. What up?
What up, Roman?
What up? What up?
What is the situation with Roman's revenge? Why, your man Wheezy's on point too. He's mad out there.
Yo, Roman's revenge is just about taking control. Saying Roman is here to stay. And anybody that ever doubted Roman is going down in a coffin.
Boxed up, kids.
Because your parents were quite strict, they were Christian ministers.
They still are, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
They still are.
And how do they feel now about all your success?
They are very happy for me and support me. Of course, like, I'm not naive. I know that they have different views and I have my views, but I think that's been the dynamic with, like, parents and their children a lot of times is, like, the kids are a different generation and think some other things and the parents still think this thing. So, but we agree to disagree and we get along swell.
Because you weren't allowed to say lucky when you were
How do you know that?
Oh,
he
sidekick.
does his research.
That's the stuff all nice.
I was only allowed to say that I was blessed, which is good because I say that to this day that I'm blessed.
But why not lucky? What's wrong with lucky?
Well, I don't know. I think my mom probably said it sounded like Lucifer. Is that crazy? I wasn't allowed to eat deviled eggs. Hello, that's crazy.
So MTV and everything else was really like fused. All y'all were on block. Like I never saw any music videos or anything, unfortunately. But I remember bringing it home. It was kind of like an almost famous moment. Like I had to smuggle it in my knapsack, going straight directly into my room, and then pulling it out. And as I was pulling out the CD, well, needless to say, sold my soul.
You're doing really well now, but didn't you release a CD like almost 10 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, I released a gospel record when I was 15 because I grew up in, a household where all I ever did was listen to gospel music, and my parents are both traveling ministers, and so I kind of sang about, what was going on in my life at 15, and that's how I got introduced to the music industry. I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music. Yeah. But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil.
You know, a lot of my book is about my wanting to sing. Ever since I was a little girl, my family lied to me and told me that I was better than Shirley Temple, and I believed them.
See, you're not helping a kid when you do that.
No, and I totally believed them and everything. And then when I was 6, all of a sudden, you know, I was a has-been, and they started to like tell my younger cousin that she was.
She was the real singer?
Yeah, and it like really upset me. So I like summoned Satan, and I write about how I made it.
Where do you summon Satan?
It's in the chapter called "Eat, Pray, Love, Conjure Satan." And when I was 12 years old, I signed a deal with Satan in my room, and I was to...
CBS doesn't condone this.
Wait a minute. Because I wanted to get famous no matter what, and, you know, then I forgot that I had this deal with Satan and everything, and then I got really famous. And then one day I, like, had this tragic singing accident at the...
Oh, yes, I remember that, yeah.
And I realized then that Satan was coming for my soul.
Well, I'm very much into philosophy. A lot of different philosophers that I've read over the years, like Nietzsche, Darwin, Freud, Aleister Crowley, and finally Anton LaVey. And fortunately, he's, you know, still alive, so I got to meet with him and talk about his ideas and things like that. And in America, Satanism is sensationalized and kind of misunderstood, and people associate it with worshiping the devil and things like that. But it's really a philosophy about individuality and self-preservation. It's about, you know, being your own God.
We do have one more phone call, so why don't we take that too? Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, this is Wendy from Cerritos.
Hi, Wendy. What's your question?
I was wondering if there's any significance in the backwards N in Nine Inch Nails.
The backwards N. Is it a logo thing, or did you decide that there was a portion of your life that was backward and
we do worship the devil, but...
Yeah, I remember having that conversation.
God bless. The problem is that there's not enough money in music as a business model, where in television and where, you know, vis-a-vis the advertisers and movies, there's so much money that the controlling forces still circle around the stars in the right way. Stars are taken care of better in those industries. In the music industry, it's still very much this exploitative thing. It's still very much people signing their life away, you know, the old deal with the devil stuff. That is still going on. It's unbelievable in this day and age that is still going on.
I was getting into not practicing, but reading a lot of spiritualism and black magic and white magic and all that kind of stuff, which, you know, a lot of people were doing at the time, which is like the post-hippie generation kind of thing, so all the peace and love was going out the window. And spiritualism and meditation, all that was coming in, so I was interested in that. And somebody gave Ozzy this old 16th century book of black magic, and it was all written in, I think it was Latin, and he brought it round to my flat, because he knew that I was interested in books and magic and all that kind of thing. And I just got this really weird vibe off it, and I put it in this cupboard in the apartment that I was living in, and that night I just like woke up suddenly and there was just like this black shape at the bottom of my bed, and it just vanished into thin air as I was staring at it. And I just had the thought, it's got to have something to do with this book that Ozzy brought round for me, and I like leapt out of bed, rushed to the cupboard to throw this book out, and the book was gone. And the next day I told Ozzy about it, and about 3 days after that we came up with our first song, Black Sabbath, and Ozzy just like related my experience in the lyrics.
Now then, nobody but nobody ever did 8 hours down a pit and came back as immaculate as they set off, with white shirt and everything like that. They were quite convinced I was a witch. If you go to South Kirby now, you'll get some of the old miners when you say, Jimmy Savile's done well, hasn't he? Ah, and he'll look around and he'll say, he's not what you think you know. The forces of darkness are at work there. God is the fabric of everybody's life, and God is the fabric of my life. No more religious or less religious than anybody else. So I would not say that I'm a religious man, but I do know who the boss is. Or Anywhere. God is all over, not necessarily up there.
If the good Lord, when he was doing his thing, if he bothered about people not seeing eye to eye with him, he would have got nowhere, and a lot of us would have got nowhere into the bargain. So therefore, you've got to square your shoulders and you've got to stand up to be counted. And you haven't really got to pay too much attention to whether people think that you're not doing the right thing. As long as your conscience is clear, then you're okay.
I'm not constrained pretty well by anything. The tough thing in life is ultimate freedom. Ultimate freedom is the big challenge. Now, I've got it, and I can tell you there's not many of us that have got ultimate freedom.
I feel like, Sinatra, in my time, modern day Sinatra, so, I try to live up to that, I get possessed by the spirits.
I sold my soul to the devil.
At 6 o'clock in the morning, and pulling over on the highway, we like 4 cars, just to watch the sunrise. And it was at that point that I fell in love with Arizona. I said, you know what, this has to be God's country. Because I'd never seen anything as beautiful as that sunrise. Then I met the devil in God's country. And it's not so much who, it's what, what happens and the things that the devil does. It's not so much a person, even though he acts through people. You can't call one person the devil.
Joe Arpaio?
You can't call any one person the devil. You can't do that because no one person has enough power to be the devil.
As hard as you work for your money, there's at least 2 or 3 people out there working just as hard to get it from you.
I was there when Dre told me he would sell his soul to the devil for $1 million. And I swear right now, devil got to have a receipt for his ass.
One night I was in my home studio, and it had to be like 8 to 10 people off in there. And we had beats and stuff playing in the background and everything. That's how we used to do it, Everybody doing what they do, smoking, drinking, and everything. And actually, it came down to it that dudes actually started being used by demonic spirits. And these spirits start speaking through them, Devils start speaking through them, talking to me, asking me, if I was going to sell my soul, telling me what I needed to do to take my career to the next level in darkness. I mean, dudes actually came up to me holding wads of money, saying, man, don't you want to make all this money? If those demonic spirits was real, if the devil was real, and he was offering me a way, then I knew that God was real. For the next 7 days, I continued actually to hear the demonic spirit still propositioning me to sell my soul, in exchange for fortune and wealth or whatever in that music game,
This major music producer sent me an email, and I'm talking to him, and this dude basically told me, you can't rap about Jesus, you can't do none of that, we're going to give you a whole new look, whole new image. He basically was saying, look, man, sell your soul. We want you to rap about and sing about the things we want you to do. Sell your soul. You can't do none of that stuff for Christ, but we'll give you a $2 million music contract for 6 albums. I gotta do 6 albums. The guy was basically telling me to sell my soul. Basically, that's what he was saying. He just was doing it in a different, he just was telling me in a sneaky way. He basically was saying, look, we're watching you, we love your talent, and we want to use you for the Illuminati and for Satan.
Because there's a bunch of devil worshipers in Hollywood. And there's a lot of black folks too. And they be throwing up them signs, you see them, this, that, all of them. Watch the rappers, watch them folks. It's scary. It's very scary. That devil is real.
Everybody wants to make it, and you might not make it. And I said to my dad, well, that depends on what making it is there. He was a smart ass kid. Yeah. It depends on what making it is there. He says, what do you mean? I said, well, you're a teacher. I said, if I could make a teacher salary doing comedy, I think that's better than being a teacher. And he started laughing. He said, if you keep that attitude, I think you should go. He said, but name your price in the beginning. If it ever gets more expensive than the price you name, get out of there. Thus, Africa.
As we talk, the band leader says, how long have you fellas been involved with sorcery? And he chopped us a little bit, and I said, exactly what do you mean? Well, he said, what you people are doing, talking to the supposed spirits of the dead. He says, this is silly. To me, he says, I can't bother with this stuff. He says, I want power, I go right to the source of power. And he says, how do you think that I became famous the way that I am? And I said, you must have had some good luck. Well, he says, there's no such thing as good luck. He says, there's either some power working for you somewhere, or you don't get ahead in this world. Not in my type of occupation. He said, the supposed spirits of the dead that you're talking with are demon spirits. They're fallen angels. They're beautiful beings.
Just set it out, just like
that. Oh, yeah.
It didn't make you uneasy when he said they were...
Well, you know, it shocked you a little bit, you know. Something that you first hear mentioned to you. He said, you guys have got a great future ahead of you. Because we've been told, the high priest of our society, secret society, has been told that the master has very special plans for you too.
Now, what did he mean by the master?
Satan. And we were interested to hear more about it. And he told us, he says, look, we worship spirits. We worship Lucifer and all his angels. They're just as beautiful as they did before they were cast out of heaven. He says there was a misunderstanding in the whole thing, he says, among the inhabitants of the galaxies. And he says our master was misunderstood, and God did not bear with him like he does with people that make mistakes today. So we're in a warfare, good against evil. And we happen to be the evil ones, but we're not that bad. He says, I look at this business between the forces of good and evil. He says, you believe in one person believes in God, and everyone believes in Lucifer. It's like politics.
As we bring out our new product for this fall season, we are anticipating a 90% jump.
Thank you for watching Up TV. If you like this video and would love to see more, check out these great videos here. And don't forget to subscribe to Up TV and Up TV 2 for even more great videos.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
What up, y'all? It is Devin with Up TV, and yes, I'm finally about to give y'all the truth about Jay-Z and his new album 444. I wanted to make sure I actually listened to the album a few times before I came to any conclusions about this album, and I hate to say it, but nothing has changed with Jay-Z since '96 when he came out with the album Reasonable Doubt. He is just as satanic as he's always been, and this album is no exception. Now, before I get deep into what I think about 444, let me just give y'all a little background info about the Carters. We gonna speak on their legacy.
J Beans? J and Beans? Yeah. Yo, all that's eventual. All I gotta tell y'all is I told y'all in 2002, and y'all ain't believe me. I told y'all that nigga was a crab, and y'all ain't believe me. You know what I'm saying? How many accounts gotta come up? Dame, Biggs, R. Kelly, Kiss, Beans. I mean, the list go on. That nigga's a crab. It ain't no hate involved. But you know, you gonna see. Still biting my style. Jaz-O's the best. Secret Society with Jay-Z, man. He's involved, but he's involved with this shit, man. He involved with that play shit. Like, see, people don't understand the science behind Satan, Lucifer, and God. And if you notice, he calls himself Jehovah or Hove. And before they started retranslating, you know, the New American version of the Bible, you know, Jehovah was known as a jealous.
Now, if y'all want to finish watching that video, you can find it on YouTube. Yeah, you can find that on YouTube. That was, let me see. Something about, truth about Jay-Z or some shit like that. But, like I said, man, I know a lot of you motherfuckers don't want to hear that shit. You just want to be caught up in your fantasy world thinking that you going to be up in there doing what they doing. And it don't work like that. As soon as you come across some nigga, you a prospect for a sacrifice. I don't give a fuck. I'm already doing me. You see us, you see where the fuck we at. You know, it is what it is, man. Like, it's a shame that so many people would sacrifice their lives for a little bit of temporary money. What's that saying? It's something about why sell your soul for a temporary paradise where you can have eternal life. There might be something to that. You might want to look into that. You know what I'm saying? Because there are so many people that have sold their soul for a temporary paradise, not even knowing you could have had eternal life. It's a shame, man, but this concludes this show. This is show 397. Did I say that last week? Maybe it's 398. It's between 300. It's probably, it's 398. Pardon me. This is show 398. So 2 shows away from 400. That means we've been putting in motherfucker work. I only do this show on Fridays. So that's been 400 Fridays. You do the math. 400 Fridays. Okay? We've been putting our work, and we about to move into another building. It's getting bigger. Ruben over there packing up right now. You know, he do a lot of shit during the show. So like when it's dead air, shit out of space, he do, you know, try to get in what he can do during the show. I'm telling motherfuckers that shit. I gotta explain. You know what I'm saying? I gotta explain. Because, you know, everybody else, you know, expected, you know, shit to come on and boom. Nigga, he over there working. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the ironic part about this is I don't get the viewership that I used to. you know, but it's okay. Because we still number one. I don't think you understand what I said. We still number one. And we're going to prove to you why we number one. Now, I have a habit of, I don't give a fuck about proving nothing to nobody who ain't paying no money. This is for the people who spend their hard-earned money with us to have their own shows here. To let them know we doing quality work and you got quality owners. And we going to push hard just like everybody else, but we independent. None of my people that be around me, I'm not going to sell you out. I know how to go without and still enjoy life. I'm not that greedy. Greed, envy, lust, selfishness, jealousy. You should watch out for them things. Them characteristics is not good to be indulging in. It'll get you fucked up. You know. But we got a film shoot tomorrow. We won't get to some sleep tonight, so I ain't gonna stay up all night. That's why I cut the show short. And it started late. And rest in peace to my Aunt Poochie. She passed away last night sometime. Me and Poochie used to beef. You know, but the last time I spoke to her, it was all good. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm going through my own mourning. And I use the bottle. So you know I'm there. I'm using the bottle. And like I don't really give a fuck about what nobody got to say about the shit. What are you drinking? That's unprofessional. Who makes up the rules to be professional or not? See, that's motherfucker you gotta work for. We the only ones that's own our own shit. We don't work for nobody. Hamilton Radio's owned by me, Ruben, and Gino DePiro. That's it. No more, no less. Ain't no big hand, nobody come in and shut us down and none of that shit. We pay for our own shit. We own our own. And the people that come here, we love y'all because y'all make this possible. We're always telling 100% accurate truth, no matter how disturbing it may come across. But this show has always been about showing accurate truth, not half truth, accurate truth. What you just seen tonight was accurate truth. Don't sell your peoples out, man, for a little bit of temporary fame, because they gonna kill you too. They ain't playing with y'all motherfuckers, man. You gotta take this shit serious, man. Be independent. Build your own brand. Niggas talk about getting record deals with these motherfuckers, all that. Don't fuck with them, yo. I don't give a fuck. I'll take the heat for that. Cause niggas don't say shit to me in public anyway. Niggas don't fuck with me on that bullshit. You can't run down them. You can't, you know what I'm saying? I don't make myself available like that. So I ain't even worried about that. And when I'm out the places I be, I wish you would. Don't think the blicky ain't in the icky. Peace. We out. I'm about to go get me some dog food, my doggies. Bye-bye.